Okay. Tony, I want to start first of all on your Christianity. Now, the reason I do that, because you've been in Durham, and you've been seeing today somebody who we both know, the Bishop of Durham, who has a pretty, shall we say, eclectic view of the Christian faith. What's your feeling about that sort of Christianity? I mean, do you find that sort of Christianity with the Bishop helpful? I suppose if I were really honest, I would say, do you have to believe in the bodily resurrection as part of your Christianity?
I think people find their own way to having faith, but what I admire about him, I mean, I said this today, I mean, you know, you can debate his theology, but what I admire is his humanity and his belief that the Christianity is something that, you know, is about here and now, and is about the society in which you live. It's not just a sort of personal relationship you have with your God from which everyone else is excluded. And he's an interesting man, I think, in that he says what he believes. You know, he sticks by it. And people can disagree and rip him to bits, and a lot of them do, but he still sticks by it.
Because people often describe you as a Christian socialist, and yet people have this idea about a Christian socialist as being almost literal. You know, the old sort of image of Christian socialists was literally go and sell all thou hast and give to the poor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't wear my Christianity on my sleeve. You asked me about it, and I'm perfectly happy to talk about it. But what Christianity gives to me is a certain set of values, and those are the values that imbue my politics as well. But I don't preach God at people, and I don't like politicians that do that. So.
But is your politics, do you think, just a touch different because of the Christianity?
I think my politics is more strongly rooted in values and principles than it is
and those would be clearly Christian values and principles.
Yes, they do happen to be so, but you know, if you believe in social justice, if you believe in creating a fairer and better society, then
I think we can't compete against that. I think we call for the ice cream man. Yeah, the birds we can cope is affected by the Christianity because of the Christian values. I mean, is this a slightly different sort of politics because you're a Christian?
I think what it means is that your politics tends to be much more rooted in values and principles than it does in, you know, certain types of policy that may be good for one time but not necessarily good for all time. And the motivation, the basic motivation, the belief in social justice, the notion that a fairer, more decent society helps the individual, to me that is a Christian as well as a socialist idea or ideal. But I don't preach God at people, and I don't like politicians that do, and it's something it's a part of me, and it's important.
Because the ironic thing is, you would never have been a politician at all if it hadn't been for Cherry, would you?
I don't know. This is a myth, actually.
Not true at all.
But he wasn't a member of the Labour Party.
He was. Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
That's something that's gone wrong in the cuttings already.
Yes, it has.
You see.
It has gone wrong in the cuttings.
Okay, fine. But do you think he became more interested in it because you were probably more active in the Labour Party, were you, at the time you met him or not?
No, I don't think so. I think we were both, it was the fact that we were both active in the Labour Party that gave us something in common.
Were you both active Labour Party members when you first met?
Yes, when we first met.
And in a sense, that was one of the...
Yeah. And fellow sufferers at the bar, I suppose.
But you've also stood for a seat.
Oh, yes.
So you know what it's like when he's going through all this.
Yes. Well, Tony knows what it's like to be Mrs. MP.
It was
ghastly.
It was ghastly. I can't tell you how bad it was.
He didn't enjoy it very much.
No.
But was that because
I have huge sympathy for anyone who's married to an MP.
Because you stood before
Well,
Tony.
we both stood at the '83 election, but I got selected very, very late, so Cherie was already a candidate.
There was about a 6-month period, no more, when I was the candidate and Tony was still looking for a seat, and so he had to trail behind me.
Probably didn't do any harm, did he?
It probably didn't do any harm, but I certainly at the time felt it didn't do me any good.
Right.